Good morning. And today's address is that the scene of this world is changing, is the main theme of my address this morning. And I'm applying because skin is the largest organ of your body. It consumes up most of the water, 90% of your body. And through it is your source of life as well. Your skin breathes. It needs to breathe. It needs ingredients to nourish it that will help it to breathe. And if you have open pores, little dots on your face that are open, if you are not sure, speak to your beautician and they will advise you what you do have. If you see any imperfections on your face and you do not know what it's about, always seek the assistance of a beautician. Now, when I'm talking about your skin culture, is very important. Your skin's culture. It doesn't matter if what your background culture is from your family. I'm talking here about skin's culture. Your skin has a culture, and not every product is going to suit every skin's culture. Okay, culture comes from the word cult, and cult is a group specific to a certain body, a certain area, or a certain community. They have certain motives, they have certain beliefs, certain trusts, and so forth. So you do not have to belong to a cult to show yourself some care. I have been alone for the past or over 10 years now for personal reasons, and I have found much joy because I have been able to stay away from, I guess, mischief, strife, and just had myself and my daughter. I mean, you've got family, but the most important company for me was me. And because I have to come back to myself, I have to come back to the person that I used to be. And I had found great pleasure in doing so. Memories, the way you want to look after yourself, the way you want your hairstyle, the way you want to keep yourself, it all changes if you are not single. So I did not have my soulmate then, so it was best for me just to not get involved in any sort of relationship that requires commitment, further commitment. Coming back to caring for your largest organ, your skin. If you are a skin formulator, okay, it's a big education career, it's a big vendor. However, it doesn't make you God because the products already have a basis. For example, you've got cleanser, it stays that way, cleanser. Moisturizing cream, it stays that way. It's called moisturizing cream. But it's what you put in it, it's the ingredients that count. So nature has provided so much because of the prayers and practices of people I like to call witches, even wizards. Witches cleanse the earth. So understand that. First, you have to understand that witches are not all bad as they have been portrayed. They have a certain image that I guess if you go to a Halloween party, you can dress up as one, but to become one is a different story. So it really doesn't matter. However, these witches have prayed many years, much thought from through their heart to give you through nature these ingredients. If they hadn't done that, nature wouldn't have given you anything. So appreciation is the first step. Second, what ingredients mattered 10 years ago are not going to matter today. Why? As I said, the scene of this world is changing. The sea has changed. The sea is sending out messages. People are allergic to nuts. So, sweet almond oil, for example, okay, is not going to suit everybody's skin. If you are looking at business sense, which you will require, doesn't matter how long you've been formulating skincare for, it will require a lot of thought if you want to make sales. If that's your main venture is to sell and upsell and what have you, we know all about that. The tricks and trades of selling, ingredients is the key. The other thing, step 3, is your prayerful thought. Without that, you will not succeed. Your products will not sell. It will sit on your shelf for 2 years and it will rot. That's why we have made sure that there is always an expiry date shown on each product after purchase. So again, it comes down to skin policy, skin culture, skin ethics. Seaweed does not perform as it used to. It's a very cheap ingredient. It is thick, it is heavy, and it will spoil if not used correctly. It's not a matter of going out to the beach and picking up seaweed that has been washed ashore, because that is dangerous, and that's what the sea is telling you. Never be wise in your own eyes and say, well, the sea is giving me all this. It's not. Have If you had that quarantined, you would understand and appreciate that it is just so. It is toxic. Who uses brown seaweed in skincare? Now remember, there's also fines upon wrongly put ingredients. What you have used is exactly what you must say. And they all have environmental names like what's one that what a common INCI. Look that up. It's not coming to mind. INCI is the environmental name or the biological term for certain ingredients, and you have to write that. If you have used brown algae, you have to write brown algae. So that brown algae is, I'll give it to you now for free, is a hint that that is toxic. You have to get rid of that. Purchasing ingredients from a reliable source. See your suppliers. There's so many. There's Aussie soap supplies. There's Aussie Candle. They sell also soaps, and there's so many. So you just have to Google, but do your due diligence. Don't take these terms lightly. It is your due to do that. You have decided you want to get into a career of people buying your products, and that product has to be sellable. It has to be passed. You need to go out and do some product research. On the back, there'll be much saying like certified organic oils or dermatologically tested, things like that. And it requires a lot of money. These sorts of things. Um, uh, it's not about the money really, but it's about your care. You've come into a career, you should or would have thought, well, I want to do this because, okay? And it starts to become a cliche or just words if you apply words that you have probably seen or read that are somebody's words. So in effect, that's plagiarism. If you it's not in your heart, it's already been said and it has a different meaning. Again, you will see so and so doing well because there are ingredients in her products that are killing the market. I like to call it that are just, forever selling. So you need to pick yourself up You need to pick yourself up. You have to, again, your earth chakra is very handy here. Look up earth chakra on YouTube and invite the energy in, and Mother Earth will guide you accordingly. But I know if I see algae, all this sort of thickness, we know that. However, it's obsolete. You need to bring in the new for the now. Things like papain that you have learned, the structure of papain, bromelain, pineapple, papaya, these sorts of things carry much weight. And this should be your area of focus. Herbs, okay, the climate is suggesting, looking at people's skin is suggesting, well, I've given you herbs. So it's not a no-go venture. You can't sit it on a file saying, I'm going to think about this. But herbs are there, but you need to know how much of it to put in if you are going to sell a product. Any questions, please reach out. Okay.